up both of them. Hey everyone, it's Carly Shay, and today's video is a little bit different than my others. Today I'm going to be sharing with y'all some of my favorite books. You probably didn't know this because I don't think I've ever even mentioned it on my channel, but I'm a huge reader. I love to read. It's amazing. Currently in a little bit of a slump. I read about 3 pages of a book. It's been like 4 months. That is largely due to the fact that although I would love to read the book that I want to read, there's probably some book that I should be reading for school. They usually suck. Without further ado, let's get to it. We're just gonna start strong with the Heartstopper series. If you don't know what this is, I don't know where you've been. Heartstopper is a wonderful, wonderful graphic novel series from Oseman. They are a part of a show on Netflix that covers the first 2 volumes. If you haven't already, I would recommend watching that. It's super good. Honestly, I don't really think it matters if you read the comics or watch the show first. They're very different in a lot of ways. They're the same story. It's about Charlie, who is 14, and then Nick, who is 15. It's about them and how they fall in love and they're friends and all of that. It's a beautiful, beautiful story. I really highly recommend. The first 2 volumes are really lighthearted and just fun and sweet. So is the show. The second 2 do cover some heavier topics. I would recommend looking up any content, trigger warnings. Can't wait for season 2 of the show. Okay, up next, still by Oseman. All her novels, I'm just gonna roll all of them in here together. As you can tell, they're mostly uniform, but this, because I bought it separately. So the only ones of these that I've read is Radio Silence and Loveless, so I can't give a true review on the rest of these, but I've heard they're amazing and great. Nick and Charlie is about the same characters as in Heartstopper. Solitaire is from the narration of Charlie, the main character in Heartstopper, his older sister. This winter, Nick and Charlie, as well as Charlie's older sister, her name is Tori. I don't know what I Was Born For This is about at all. I have not read it. I am planning on getting to it. And then for the 2 that I have read, Radio Silence is about this perfectionist girl and this guy who lives down her street who is 1 year older than her. Basically, the girl is obsessed with this podcast, and then basically the guy down the street is actually the one who writes the podcast and reaches out to her fan account about making cover art, and from there the friendship kind of blossoms. Yeah, it's a really good book. I really recommend. Okay, so Loveless, without spoiling too much, is essentially about this girl, Georgia, who goes off to college and kind of finds her way in the world, making new friends. Really great story. So much happens. I love it so much. I really recommend this book. It shows a lot the power of friendship and how important friendship is, and I really love that. So yes, I recommend all of these. Oseman. Apologies if the framing has changed or something. I went to decorate for Halloween for a bit because my camera died. But we're back at it. Next up we have 2 book talks. They both die at the end in Red, White, and Royal Blue. Both amazing books. Love them. I'm just going to read the back real quick because I think this has a good back. On September 5th, a little after midnight, Death Cast calls. Mateo Torres and Rufus Emertio? Probably said that wrong. To deliver some bad news. They're going to die in less than 24 hours. Mateo and Rufus are total strangers, but for different reasons, they're both looking to make a new friend on their end day. The good news is that there's an app for that called Last Friend, and through it, Rufus and Mateo meet up for one final epic adventure to live a lifetime in a single day. Love it. Recommend. Check it out. And except Red, White, and Royal Blue, another really great book that I love. This book is a romance. I don't feel like it's a spoiler for me to tell you that. It's a romance, and it's enemies to lovers. If you're into that, I love it. So this guy, yeah, that one, is the son to the President of the United States. His mother is the President of the United States. Cool that it's a woman. Fun little detail. And then this is the Prince of, is it England? And they kind of start out as rivals. Really great book, really amazing. Kind of got a little slow boil, a little bit of drama. Very, very good. I recommend. It was great. I want to say that's it for the romance category. But I also want to bring up some books that are for children that I loved anyways. I loved as a child, so if you're a younger reader, like middle school age, I would say, I think you might enjoy these books. Specifically, this is my favorite series growing up that really got me into reading. It's The Darkest Minds. There's a movie that is very, very different from the books. It'll give you an outline of what the books are about, but definitely not what they're about. So, but it's really good. Essentially, it's about how, like, a lot of kids die. I think as, like, evolutionary, some of the kids develop abilities and they're put into, like, concentration camps because they're told they're dangerous, which is so messed up. It's a dystopian. It's really good. Got a little romance going on. Found family. Really good books. If you're a younger reader, I recommend, or if not, it's a nice, quicker read if you're my age. Again, this is for younger readers. Most people read it when they're like 10 or 11, but don't feel like you have to read it then. Read it whenever you want. I didn't read these till I was 13. Of course, I knew a lot of spoilers going in, but I really recommend, whether you're my age and want a nice little quick read, or if you're younger, wanting to read a novel, I guess. But along the same lines, there's more by Riordan, including Heroes of Olympus. There is dust and cat fur all over it. It has a lot of the same characters as the first one. The main character, Percy, of the first series is not in it. So you're like, excuse you, where's Percy? Entirely new characters. But he comes into the later books. It comes all together. Really good. I love this more than the original Percy Jackson series. But of course read that first or else this will be terribly confusing. In the same universe we have Trials of Apollo. It centers around Apollo, so a little bit different. Not my favorite, but still really great books if you're into the universe. Also, I should probably say that Percy Jackson, if you didn't already know, which I don't know how you wouldn't, but if you didn't, that's totally okay. Percy Jackson is about this kid when he's 12, I want to say in the first book. He's 12, and he, like, figures out that he's a demigod. So his father is one of the gods. Probably already know who, but I guess it's kind of a spoiler, so I won't say. And basically his life kind of found family with that, and then that blossoms into this Apollo, which is a god, and yeah, so that kind of world of Greek mythology. And then there's more by Riordan in different mythologies. You have the Kane Chronicles, which is Egyptian mythology. These are really cool, really love them. Underrated, I would say. Fave for a while, but this is centered around Egyptian mythology. So essentially in these books, God, I haven't read these in forever. It's about a guy and his sister. They like channel the gods. So their parents aren't gods, but they channel them. A little bit different. Still really good. Reading these before watching Moon Knight, I understood a lot of it because of these books. These are really good. I really recommend. Again, for younger readers, but read them anyway. And then finally, here's Magnus Chase, which I'm realizing I've literally never read. I have them on my shelf for like forever and I forgot about it. But this is around Norse mythology, which is like Swedish, so like Thor, although very different from the Marvel world. Really good is what I've been told. Again, I haven't read it somehow. I've had them for like a year probably. All of these take place in the same world. Mythology is so cool and so interesting. I love it. And that's what all of these books are. So if you're a younger reader who's trying to get into reading more, maybe these will help you. Or, you know, an older reader who needs to get out of a reading slump. Maybe I should read this to get out of my slump. No matter your age, you can read them. Basis is, I love fantasy and romance. Woo! Because that's all the books I had. And dystopian. Dystopian's a friend too. Yeah, those are all the books I wanted to share with y'all today. Before I truly end this video, I want to show y'all my bookcase and how many books are on it that I literally have not even touched. Because it's so bad. Girl, Serpent, Thorn. Haven't read that. Why? I don't know. You know, all of those that I basically haven't read. None of that. I haven't read any of that. Will Robin. Also, there's like ones with like Max and Lucas. I want to get those. Those seem cool. Anyways, then down here, we've got like all of this. I haven't read that. I basically haven't read that. Harry Potter. And then here's my whole literally Rick Riordan shelf. I honestly can't believe how many of those I haven't read. It's an issue. I buy all these books and then I never read them. And they're expensive. Alrighty, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment your favorite book. Let's give each other book recommendations in the comments. I'll put them on my list. Oh yeah, I have a huge list on my phone too. Subscribe and ding the bell for more content like this, as well as giving a big old thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Boost this video, so I really appreciate it. That is all I have for you guys today. Bye everyone!